I was scammed. It's been 7 weeks now and still trying to figure that out. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Chance's Garage. If you're new here, I'm Chance. This is my 2004 Subaru WRX. It is on jack stands now, and we're going to get into why that is and how I got scammed. But before that, I don't want you guys thinking that it has anything to do with this box behind me. This box behind me came from RPG Racing Product Group. We got some more carbon fiber goodies for the car. So the first thing we got here is a gas door cover. The second thing we got here is a new hood scoop. The 2x2 carbon fiber to match the same 2x2 that the trunk is, and it did come with all the mounting hardware as well. We'll get into that install later. That's the main focus of the video, honestly. But before that, I want to get into my story of being scammed. So let's just get right into it. It is the middle of July now. It's July 18th, I believe it is today. Yeah, the 18th. And the week before Memorial Day, I was driving to my son's football game. I had a car pull out in front of me, made me slam on my brakes. When I slammed on my brakes, the passenger side rear brake line blew, lost all brake pressure. Was able to baby it home. I got it home, got it up on jack stands, seeing that the brake line was leaking. Unfortunately, I just did not have time to fix it myself. So I called around to various shops, like a half a dozen of them, and nobody could get it in a timely manner. They all told me it'd be 2, 3, 4 weeks out before they could get me in to do a brake line. So I found a mobile mechanic. I reached out to him. He said he could come next day. So I set up the appointment. He came out, he looked at it, told me that the brake lines were in too bad a shape that he wouldn't be able to just patch it. And we were just going to have to replace the entire brake lines from the front of the car all the way to the rear. To do that, we were going to have to drop the subframe, meaning the diff was going to have to go, the fuel tank was going to have to go, because the lines ran above the fuel tank to protect themselves. Told me it went from a $180 job to a $1,300 job. So it had to be done. I said go for it. Scheduled an appointment for him to come back. Never showed. Reached back out to him. Never got a hold of me. Finally, after a few days, he texted me, said that he was busy with other jobs. He would come out and fix it. So he came one day while I was at work. He dropped everything, fixed the brake line. When he went to put the gas tank back in, he told my wife it was leaking, which in all honesty it probably was leaking, because my wife and I both have smelled gas from around the car, not in the car. So it doesn't surprise me that there was a small leak somewhere. But he told me it was leaking, that I was going to need to replace it. So my $150 job went to $1,300, now went to $2,000. Told him go for it. He said he'd get the parts order, and then once they arrived, he would just have it shipped to my house. Once they arrived, to let him know he'd come fix it. So he ordered it same day. Now, about 3 days after that, the new gas tank arrived. At this meantime, waiting for the gas tank, I ordered a new Cusco rear sway bar and sway bar end links for the Subi, because the actual passenger side sway bar end link was broken. So I figured, since it was going to be up in the air and he was going to do the gas tank, and the sway bar and the end links were already taken out, I figured he could just put the new one back in instead of putting the old ones back in, which he agreed to free of charge. So those came. Then the gas tank came. Called him. He was like, cool, I'll be out tomorrow. Never showed. Calls me back, says, hey, it's just too hot. At this time, we're about the middle of June. Says, you know, it's just too hot, I can't do it. We're ready for the weather to break. So we wait another week. He comes out 5 o'clock in the morning, starts working on it, gets everything done, supposedly everything done. Tells me that he can't put the subframe back in because he stripped 2 of the 4 subframe bolts. That he was going to run to the store, pick up 2 bolts, and come back. This was at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So he leaves, never comes back. Never hear from him, nothing. Never comes back. I text him the next day, asking him what's going on. I get no response. I call him, goes to voicemail, hear nothing that entire day. Now 2 days later, I text him back again. He says, oh sorry, I thought I replied. I couldn't get the bolts where I thought I could. I had to order them specifically from Subaru. I'm waiting for those to come in. They should come in a day or two. Alright, fine. Day or two comes through, still don't hear from him. Text him back, basically say, look, either come fix the car, or I'm going to dispute the transaction with the bank, and I'm going to find someone that can fix the car. Nope, I'll be out the next day. Never shows up. So then I text him again, say I've had it. Is at this point we're about, let's see, this week we're about 4 weeks into the repair, and I still can't drive the car. So I'm like, look, I'm done. I'm just going to go in, dispute the transaction with the bank, and I'm going to find somebody else to do it. Lo and behold, 5 o'clock in the morning, he shows up, puts the subframe bolts in. So subframe bolts are in. He puts the new end links in. He puts the new tie rod in. This was on the 4th of July, so we've actually moved from here the week of Memorial Day. Now it's the 4th of July, and he puts everything back in. Everything's together. He buttons it up, tells me that he forgot gas, so he can't test to make sure everything was installed correctly. But to test it out, fill it with gas, through a gas tank or gas can, and see what it's like. So I don't do it on the 4th of July because me and my kids and my family are out traveling for the 4th. So that very next day, July 5th, I buy $20 worth of gas, put it in there. As I'm putting it in, my wife's like, hey, there's a big puddle under the car. So I look, and all $20 worth of gas is now sitting underneath the car. I take a video of the puddle. I take a picture of the puddle. I have my wife take a video of me pouring it in and watching it just run straight out from underneath the car. And just a mess everywhere. So I text him the video, I text him the picture saying, hey, something's not connected correctly because we're still leaking. Could I have fixed it? Yes, but it's the fact that at this point now I've paid this man $2,200 to fix this and it's not fixed. So that was July 5th. Never text me back. I let it go through the weekend, thinking maybe 4th of July vacation. So I let it go through the weekend, and then on the 7th I text him back and I say, hey, I sent you the videos, I sent you the pictures, my phone says that you read it all. What's going on? It's still leaking. No response. Try calling him 2 or 3 times, no response. So I try texting him. The last time I text him, it tells me the number's unavailable because he blocked me. So by that time, the end of that week, I dispute the transactions with my bank. My bank tells me it's going to take up to 90 days since I authorized the transaction originally and he just didn't do what he was supposed to. So here we are, July 18th, so about 10 days since I've done the dispute. Still waiting to get my money back. He still has me blocked on everything and can't drive the Subaru. I also can't take it off the jack stands because I needed to submit proof both to the bank and also to Square, since that was the debit card transaction company that he was using. So I had it up on jack stands. I had to send them proof of the leaking, show them proof of what was done and what wasn't done. So it's still on jack stands because I never know when someone's going to reach out to me and say that they need more stuff. I was also advised by the bank that I can't fix it until the dispute's done, because if I fix it myself, then he has more of a defense to keep the money, saying that it was fixed the whole time and I was just trying to get my money back. So right now it's sitting on jack stands. I can't fix it. Nobody can fix it. It's just sitting here until, I was told, up to 90 days. So as soon as I get my money back, or at least the case settled, I will then be able to get this fixed and get it back on the road. So this is just a word to the wise. Be careful who you trust and follow your gut instincts. After he told me it was going to be a $1,300 job and then he quit communicating with me, I should have known right then that he wasn't reputable or trustworthy. But at this point I just wanted to get it done and back on the road. And instead, here now we're almost 2 full months, 7 weeks away from the incident happening when it blew out the brake line, and the car's still sitting on jack stands and not on the road. So just a word to the wise: pay attention, follow your gut instincts, and listen to other people around you, because my wife was saying the same thing, that we shouldn't trust the guy, but I'm a very trustworthy person, and you see where it got me. Well, that's the story as to why I haven't been on YouTube posting videos as much, is because I've been dealing with this. I did get the clips up and running. I will have a video with the update on the Eclipse here soon, but that's not for this video. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take these parts from RPG and we're going to get them installed. So let me show you how we do that. The first thing what we're going to do is we're going to put the gas door cover on. So it's just basic carbon fiber molded. So there's no clips, no screws, no nothing. You just got to use double-sided tape. For me, I'm using Super Glue branded double-sided tape. I've never used this stuff before, but it's actually supposed to be better than 3M because it's mesh reinforced and supposed to be stickier and more permanent. So we'll see. But all you have to do is just take the inside and just kind of do an entire perimeter through double-sided tape, and then we'll just stick it on there. But see, we went ahead and we put that Super Glue double-sided tape on it. It is really sticky. This is the stickiest glue I've ever used. But literally all you have to do from here is make sure you got it going the right way. Like I said, this is really sticky. Might end up having to do this off camera. It is on, and I screwed up royally. I freaking cracked it right there. Luckily, I know how to fix that epoxy crack, so we will get that fixed here momentarily. But it is on, and I'm just going to give you guys word to the wise: do not use the Super Glue double-sided tape. That stuff is literally like super glue. As soon as it touches, it's stuck. And what happened was this wasn't centered, and when I tried to adjust it, it cracked because it already permanently set. So this thing is not going to be coming off like anytime soon without it being completely crumbled and broken. But I will see what I can do to get this crack fixed. That really irritates me that I did that. But you know, we'll move on to the hood scoop, and maybe the hood scoop will go a little bit smoother. Hey, I wanted to pause this video real quick and wish these two beautiful kids here a happy birthday. His birthday's in a couple days. Her birthday was a couple days ago. Literally their birthdays are 4 days apart. So it's a big week for us. It's a special week for us as a family. 2 birthdays in 1 week. So do me a favor in the comment section. Wish these two a huge happy birthday. Now let's get back to the video. So my only gripe with the gas door cover here is if you zoom in, you can see the red. Don't mind the crack. But you see the red there? And then when you come over here, you can't really see it, but it fits really well on that side all the way around, but it doesn't fit that side. So basically, if you have this snugged up like it's supposed to be, it's not long enough to cover this. I don't know if that was just a defect in mine or if they're all like that, but there, you can see right there. Like, it just wasn't big enough to cover the whole door. It doesn't look too bad from a distance. If you get real close up to it, you'll be able to see it. Moving on to the hood scoop, you will have to take off. Let's see if I can get those zoomed, get that to focus. There you go. These bolts here, that one, there's one back there, and then there's 3 down there. There's supposed to be one on this side too, but I'm missing one. That will take down this entire cowl. Once that cowl's down, then you have, I believe, 10 screws that actually hold the hood scoop in. So again, you'll take these down to get rid of the cowl, then you'll take these off to get rid of the hood scoop itself. Should be pretty easy and straightforward. Bunch of 8mm bolts. So let me get you on a tripod and we'll get it going. So I got the cowl down. I don't have this down because it's some type of a plastic bolt, but mine is completely stripped like you wouldn't believe. So I can't get it down. So I got everything else off of it. And I just kind of have it positioned. These are the bolts that really matter, all of those, because that's how you get the hood scoop off itself. So let me go ahead and pop those off, get the hood scoop off, and then we'll go from there. Old one, new one. So let's get her put on. Shout out to RPG. They give you all of the nuts and bolts that you need to do this. But let's see what we can do. The bolts that come with the RPG stuff is actually a 10 mil instead of an 8 mil. So we're getting bigger hardware as well. And I would recommend having 2 people do this. This is definitely a 2-person job. So what I'm going to do, because the wife hates being on camera, is I am going to stop recording now so that her and I can do this together, and then I'll come back to you once this is finished. Alright, so it is back on. We got the new bolts you can see through, shiny new bolts, old bolts. So it went on, easy peasy lemon squeezy. But let's go ahead and drop the hood itself and see what it looks like. Fits really well, no gaps at all. I give that an A+, A++ fitment. And then if you look in here, it's got a much bigger opening than the factory WRX. It's more like the STI, so that you can get more air in there. I personally don't run a heat shield on my downpipe, so hoping by getting more air in there, it'll help keep those intercooler temps down a little bit. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!